The full moon in Scorpio. Time to face your inner darkness in order to connect to your true light. Hello, beautiful people. Life can be a challenge, but at least we have each other. Yes, the full moon in Scorpio energy begins on April 23rd or 24th, depending on where you live. So in the first part of this video, I'm going to go over the 3 things that everyone should know about this full moon, including what makes it different than any other full moon. Then I will go over how it will affect your individual sign. Okay, no more wasting time. Let's go. The full moon in Scorpio takes place on Tuesday, April 23rd at 11:49 p.m. Universal Time, which will be 4:49 p.m. Pacific Time, 7:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, this will be at 11:49 a.m. on April 24th in Sydney, Australia, and 1:49 a.m. on April 24th in Johannesburg, South Africa. So let's jump right into the 3 things you need to know in order to make the most of this energetic opening. Number 1. This full moon will bring the powerful energy of the number 5, the number 6, and the magical tarot energy of the Death card. The number 5 in numerology represents freedom, curiosity, and possibility. We all know the one thing that we can always count on in life is change. Whether we want it to happen or not, change is inevitable and it is guaranteed. All living things are in a constant state of growth and expansion, going from one cycle to the next. So if you see the number 5 often during this full moon energy, especially for those of you where the full moon takes place on the 23rd, just know this is a message telling you to embrace change. Do not resist it, especially if the change is something that you did not expect and maybe didn't even want. The more you can just adapt to what life brings your way while remaining excited about the process and remaining certain that you will still manifest your goals into reality regardless of the circumstances, the more in the flow you will be. And the number 6 in numerology represents partnership, unconditional love, and healing. So if you see the number 6 often during this full moon energy, especially for those of you that live where the full moon takes place on the 24th, this is a message to you that you do not have to face the challenges of life alone. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Share your feelings and what you are going through with the people that you are close to in your life, because the more you open up and the more you share what is going on inside, the more likely you are to feel supported and the more likely you are to feel understood, which will fuel your momentum and your ambition. The number 6 also is reminding you to love yourself unconditionally. Absolutely hold yourself accountable for your actions, but also give yourself the grace to not be a prisoner of your past. Accept yourself for who you are right now and know that each day you have an opportunity to make new choices that can have a majorly positive effect on your life and the lives of the people around you. And the Death card, although it sounds and looks terrifying, it is a very important reminder that for real change, you have to allow certain parts of yourself to die in order for new expressions of who you are to be born. Number 2, this full moon will be forming an intensifying aspect with Jupiter in Taurus, a positive aspect with Saturn in Pisces, and a challenging aspect with Pluto in Aquarius. The moon's relationship with Jupiter, the planet of good luck, expansion, growth, and prosperity, will lend to a lack of self-control and anxiety about the future. So the more you can make sure and focus your energy and thoughts on the things that you are excited about, that you want to accomplish, even if it's just your schedule for the day, the less likely you will be to get emotionally distracted or find yourself engaged in some activity or behavior that you know is not good for you. Remember, your power of choice is your biggest strength, so choose to focus your energy in the most productive way possible. And the moon's relationship with Saturn, the planet of responsibility and life lessons, will open the door to very valuable information coming to you from someone older than you or more experienced in some area of life. So if you have the chance to have a conversation of substance with either a parent or an older sibling or someone that you look up to that you know has wisdom that you can benefit from, this is a great time to do so, because you may end up receiving information that can have an incredibly positive impact on your life. And the moon's relationship with Pluto, the planet of transformation, destruction, and renewal, will magnify any destructive behavior. And this will be self-destructive behavior or destructive behavior that someone has that you are in a relationship with. And this will be magnified in order to act as a catalyst for you to tend to the issue. There is no better time to deal with negative behavior than during a Scorpio moon transit, because any changes made during this moon phase have the most staying power. So if you are fed up with someone else's behavior, or if you are fed up with your own self-destructive behavior, this full moon phase is the time to say no more and make the necessary changes. Which takes me into number 3. The full moon in Scorpio calls on you to embrace the beauty of renewal and the power of emotional depth. It is a time to face your darkness in order to unlock the brightest part of who you are. By facing your deepest fears and forgiving yourself and others, you can emerge on the other side of this full moon energy with renewed strength and wisdom. Take the lessons from the past, but release the resentment, anger, fear, or frustration connected to it. You can choose what has an effect on you, and if the past is holding you back, release the grip you have on it. Who you truly are is not defined by your past. It is discovered in each present moment. Now let's find out what this full moon in Scorpio will mean for your individual sign. Okay, my powerful Aries, this full moon energy is going to be in your 8th house. Now Aries, what I really love about you is that you truly are the type of person that wants to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. There are many different versions of Aries based on the rest of your charts. However, that is one trait that all Aries have in common, no matter what the rest of their chart looks like. Now, you also have a part of you that does your best to be as compassionate and as accepting as possible. Now, the issue with this is that you can find yourself, because of your open heart, having people in your life that bring negative energy your way, that bring negative experiences, and that bring negative circumstances due to your connection to them. And this isn't to say that they are bad people or that everything is their fault and that you shouldn't take responsibility for things. However, if they are vibrating at a certain level, attracting a certain set of circumstances that bring an energy of lack or pessimism, then by allowing them into your life, or you deciding to be connected to them, you are agreeing to sign up for this energy to now be a part of your life. So this full moon in Scorpio is going to bring to light and magnify the parts of your life that are suffering due to the influence that a particular person or people may have in your life. And this will be magnified in order to bring this to your awareness, so you can be clear that if you want certain parts of your life to change, it may mean changing the dynamic of certain relationships. Now, this could mean the ending of a relationship, but it could also mean just having a very serious conversation and structuring the relationship in a way where you create healthy boundaries and you set the situation up between the two of you to be ready for major change, for positive change. Now, when magnified, this energy may show up in many different ways. It could show up in a financial situation that someone is influencing in your life. It may show up in you realizing that overall in your relationship, you're giving more than you're receiving. And this isn't just materially, this can be emotionally as well. And this could also show up in a hidden piece of information or a secret being revealed to you. However this shows up, Aries, just know that this full moon in Scorpio is an opportunity for you to identify how parts of your life may be suffering due to someone else's energy, so you can make changes accordingly. This also happens right before the final days of Mercury retrograde, so these adjustments will be right on time for Mercury going direct and you stepping into a very positive momentum for the remainder of 2024, which is very exciting. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Aries. Okay, my powerful Taurus, this full moon energy is going to be in your 7th house. So Taurus, this is the time of year for you to get clear on your life and the relationships in your life, and if you are satisfied with these relationships, or if you know you are ready for a change, and I mean a major change. First, when it comes to friendships or family relationships or work relationships, this is the time for you to be honest with yourself and identify if you find yourself feeling inferior or trying to get validation from any of these relationships. And if the answer is no, great. More than likely, there is a healthy dynamic between you and these relationships. But if the answer is yes, this is great too, because now you can start to address this. First, start by not judging yourself. Then go on to recognize that the solution here is identifying where your belief system began that taught you that in order to be accepted, to get positive feedback from others, you had to sacrifice your needs for someone else's. Then realize that you are one choice away from major change, meaning now is the time to reprogram that belief and realize that you are worthy and it is okay to prioritize your needs, and that a healthy relationship is a relationship where your feelings are just as valid as the person that you are having the relationship with. And I know when it comes to work relationships, there is a different dynamic. However, it is important to make sure that the balance of what you put out energetically is being reciprocated. And this can also be achieved within a professional relationship, as well as a personal relationship. Now, when it comes to romantic relationships, there is a bit more work here to be done. If you are happy with your romantic relationship, fantastic. This full moon may bring some realizations, but more than likely, these realizations will deepen the connection somehow. However, if you are not happy with your relationship, this is a time to communicate what it is that you need specifically and clearly in order to feel connected and excited about the relationship, and give the person that you're with the opportunity to show up for you. So this could mean either a deepening of the connection or the realization that this person is not willing to put forth the effort to transform the relationship in a positive way. So this could mean the ending of the relationship. And finally, if you are single and you are serious about finding love, or even if you are single and loving it, but more so if you are single and looking for love, this full moon is a time for you to ask yourself, how do you truly feel about yourself at this point in time? Do you feel like you are the best version of yourself? And if the answer is yes, fantastic. Keep doing what you are doing. And if the answer is no, then great also, because now is the time for you to start doing the things that you know will lead to you looking in the mirror and loving who you are inside and out. Time to let go of the past. Any definitions you have about who you have been, let them go. Each day, step into the version of yourself that you know you are at the deepest part of your highest self, because doing that will be what it takes to manifest the love that you deserve. So this is an exciting time for you, Taurus. It is your season, and this full moon is making sure that as you step into this new chapter, you will also have a renewed experience when it comes to relationships and love. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Taurus. Okay, my powerful Geminis, this full moon energy is going to be in your 6th house. Okay, Gemini, so this is that time of year where you are meant to take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically. This is the time to get your overall health in order, because as you know, without our health, life can be very, very challenging. So you want to make sure, as we are getting underway with the momentum of 2024, that you are setting yourself up to be in the best health possible, so that way you can thrive in all other areas of your life and not be sidetracked by any health issues. Now, this could mean that a health issue could come up during this full moon energy, and just know that if it does, it's coming up as an opportunity to get you to focus on this area of your life and heal the situation, and then put new habits into place that you are going to continue to keep yourself healthy. If your health is good, fantastic. This is a time to keep the consistency going and to make any positive changes that can take it up a notch. Remember, any changes that are made during a Scorpio moon phase are the most likely to stick. This 6th house also relates to pets, Gemini. So if you have a health issue that comes up with your pet, make sure to address it immediately. This could also be a good time to get your pet a checkup to just make sure that they are doing well. Now, the 6th house also relates to work. So this could be a time where a work opportunity either goes away or where a new work opportunity shows up. If by chance you do find yourself in a scenario where a work opportunity goes away, as frustrating and even painful sometimes as that can be, especially if it's something that you really liked doing, or if it was something that you're really excited about, it is still important to accept what is. Trust that this situation is the universe's way of assisting you when it comes to getting you on the right path and keeping you moving forward with optimism. And I know that is easier said than done. However, you stand a much better chance of minimized suffering and maximized fulfillment if you make the choice to focus on what it is that you want, and then have certainty that that will take place, and then moving forward in the direction of that desire regardless of what's happening. Now, this is a time of year, Gemini, where you are working towards your season, so you want to use any circumstances that come your way during this time as a window into what it is you either want more of or what it is that you want to let go of. This 6th house full moon energy is also an excellent time to come up with a daily schedule for yourself where you know you can consistently engage in the activities that keep you healthy, that keep you on point when it comes to achieving your goals, and activities that you know help your overall energy stay balanced. This is a crucial time for you, Gemini, so make sure to utilize this energy to say goodbye to anything that does not work for you, and say hello to implementing the habits that reflect the love that you have for yourself all in preparation for your season. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Gemini. Okay, my powerful Cancerians, this full moon energy is going to be in your 5th house. So Cancers, finally, a full moon that isn't so heavy. The 5th house is all about creativity, it's about love, and it's about the part of you that taps into your childlike energy. So if there's any creative project that you've been working on, or maybe even one that you started before and you want to go back and revisit because of the whole Mercury retrograde energy, this full moon energy is the perfect time to complete that and put it out into the world, because Mercury will be going direct 2 days after the full moon. Now, if you are a parent, this could also be a time where there's a major realization made regarding your child, and also a time where the influence that you have over your child is in a very important phase. And don't let this scare you at all. It just means that you will have a deeper understanding of who they are, and it's an opportunity to deepen that connection. Now, the 5th house also deals with romantic love, Cancers. So this is a time where there could be a situation regarding your relationship that you were worried about, and you finally get some clarity around that situation. And the result is you feeling closer and stronger within that connection. Now remember, if something like this comes up, communication is always and always will be the answer to getting to the other side of whatever scenario. This may also be a time where if you and your significant other have been feeling like you haven't been having enough fun, where you've been spending way too much time over analyzing things, or just focusing too much on serious issues, this may be the perfect time to make a date night where you make the agreement that the focus is going to be having a good time, letting go, not taking things too seriously, and reminding yourselves why you fell in love. Now, if you are single and looking for love, this could mean that you make a romantic connection during this time, which is very exciting. Also, if you are in a relationship and it has been having problems, this could mark the ending of the relationship. And I know I said the full moon energy isn't heavy for you, and ending a relationship sounds pretty heavy, but the truth is, the only type of relationship that would end during this time is one that has been having major problems for a while, and one that's not right for you any longer. So actually, that sort of ending, although it could be emotional and challenging, it's one step away from a lighthearted celebration, Cancers. We are only 2 seasons away from your season, so the more you can release any energy that is not serving your higher self, the better. That way, when your rebirth season comes around, you are in the flow, only bringing supportive and loving relationships along with you into your next chapter. So overall, Cancers, this full moon in Scorpio is making sure that you are enjoying your life, that you are reminding yourself, yes, to go after your goals and to go after your dreams and to be the best you that you could possibly be, but above all else, make sure you are enjoying the process. So anything that comes up for you during this time, make sure you recognize it as the universe's way of assisting you when it comes to getting you on the path of enjoying your life, which is very exciting. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy full moon, Cancers. Okay, my powerful Leos, this full moon energy is going to be in your 4th house. So Leos, this is a time where you may be called upon to tend to a family member's needs in some way. This could manifest as simply as you recognizing that you need to spend more time with family. The sun will be in your 10th house, which will be urging you to focus on work and your professional world and manifesting the things that you want this year when it comes to your career. However, like I always say on this channel, when things are balanced, they thrive. And when they're out of balance, they destruct. So this full moon in Scorpio is reminding you that yes, it is extremely important, especially as a Leo, to give your career goals or just your goals overall the energy and focus that they need. But it is equally important to give your home life and your family the energy that is required to keep those relationships thriving as well. A good way to implement this balance is to make sure that at least a few nights a week you have dinner as a family. Or if you don't have any kids, it's just making sure that you have at least one date night a week, or talk to your significant other and ask them what they would like in order to feel connected, and make a commitment to providing that. Now, the 4th house also relates to your inner home. So if you have fallen off of your spiritual practices, now's the time to get right back in that flow. Whether it be your morning meditations or journaling or praying, it is important to be consistent in this area as well to keep that balance that we're talking about. Now, the 4th house also relates to home repairs or changing your home situation in some way. So if there has been something that you've been wanting to do regarding changing up something in your home, this full moon is the perfect time to do it. If you have been considering moving, This fourth house indicates that you could finalize that decision and then even find what you are looking for during the 2 weeks either leading up to the full moon or the 2 weeks following the full moon. Now, if you're in a relationship and the two of you have been together for a while and you have been toying with the idea of moving in together, this fourth house full moon energy indicates that this may be the time where the two of you decide to take that leap. Luckily, Mercury will be going direct 2 days after the full moon, so you don't have to worry about any confusion or backtracking on your decisions if you do decide to make some changes, including moving or moving in with someone. So overall, Leos, this is a pretty relaxed full moon for you. If anything challenging does come up, just see it as a reminder to tend to that part of your life that does represent your home, both your inner home, your spiritual home, and your outer physical home. And know that having that foundation in a balanced place will assist you in thriving throughout the remainder of the year. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Leo. Okay, my powerful Virgos, this full moon energy is going to be in your third house. So Virgo, this is the time of year where things really start to pick up for you because the sun will be in your ninth house. The thing is, you want to make sure and not get distracted or sidetracked by drama that may be caused by miscommunication. Luckily, Mercury will be going direct 2 days after this full moon. However, this full moon energy being in your third house indicates that there could be a conflict with either a neighbor or a sibling or a close friend where the root of that conflict could be miscommunication. So the way to make sure and stay ahead of this energy, or even better, Virgo, the way to make sure that you do not allow this energy to get you sidetracked is to make sure that when you are communicating, when it comes to any sort of conflict, your go-to mode of operating is going to be getting to the solution. As an earth sign, and even more specifically, having Virgo energy, when you find yourself in a conflict, your go-to usually is identifying the facts, proving what those facts are by providing examples, and then moving forward from there. And you'll find that whenever there is conflict with another person, yes, the facts are important. However, if you want resolution, the most important thing is identifying what the solution could be. So instead of going directly to point proving or focusing on who is right and who is wrong or rehashing the past, going over every detail of the past, instead of any of those options, step right into the line of thinking that is rooted in resolution. Start by identifying what action you think you or both of you can take to implement a solution that will satisfy both of you, where you both may have to give a little and meet in the middle. Now, the more you can establish that middle ground and put an agreement into place that both of you feel good about, the sooner you can put that situation behind you and get right back to focusing on what it is that you know you would love to be focusing on, which is the sun's energy in your ninth house, which will be bringing you expansion and opportunity and fun. So overall, Virgo, this full moon is bringing you the opportunity to shift your way of communicating from point proving to prioritizing coming up with connecting solutions. This way you can resolve conflict as it arises, using the majority of your energy to focus on the things that will enrich your life and bring you happiness. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Virgo. Okay, my powerful Libras, this full moon energy is going to be in your second house. So Libras, do not be surprised if you find yourself either thinking about, focusing on, or experiencing circumstances that highlight your financial security. This could manifest in you deciding that you want to attract more abundance. This could be you deciding that there is a big purchase that you have been wanting to make and then making that purchase. This could also manifest in you having to establish ownership or shares regarding jointly held finances. However this manifests for you, Libra, just know that this is an opportunity for you to strengthen your certainty in your ability to attract abundance, and for you to also strengthen your certainty that the universe always has your back. And more than anything else, it is an opportunity to identify whether or not your mindset spends more time in a state of lack, thinking things like, oh, I can't afford that, or do you spend more time in the mindset of, I'll always have enough for what it is that I need, and I can always attract enough for what it is that I want? Knowing that this all comes back at its deepest level to your relationship with yourself and your self-worth. If there's any part of you that feels unworthy, you will have a hard time receiving. If you feel guilt when receiving, this comes back to a part of you that feels unworthy. So if this is you, the good news is this can all be changed with one decision. That decision is choosing to realize that the subconscious programming responsible for this belief about yourself can be released and reprogrammed simply by you accepting that it is not true. It is not real. That feeling of unworthiness is coming from a belief that was created by a series of emotional responses to experiences from the past. And now in the present, with a deeper understanding, you can release that belief because you know that you are absolutely worthy. And especially as a Libra, you understand that receiving is a crucial part of keeping the balance of give and take in a healthy place in your life. So that way your energy can thrive. Remember, anything balanced thrives and anything out of balance destructs. So if you find yourself in a state of lack, the balance of give and take is off, which is your opportunity to address that imbalance. Release the belief that is at the root of you having a hard time receiving and replace it by understanding that when you receive, you are actually representing and acting as an opportunity for someone else to share, for someone else to give, which helps them keep the balance of give and take in their life in a healthy place. So Libras, use this full moon energy as an open window into your relationship with giving and receiving. Assess the status of that relationship and make adjustments accordingly. You are the sign of relationships. So if anyone is capable of creating a healthy relationship, it is you. And this time around, it's the relationship that you have with abundance, giving and receiving, and the relationship you have with your self-worth. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Libra. Okay, my powerful Scorpios, this full moon energy is going to be in your first house. So Scorpios, this is likely to be the most intense full moon for you. And when I say intense, I mean intensely good, because change is the one thing that we can all absolutely count on in life. So embracing change is the best way to make sure that you are in the flow. And a first house full moon indicates change and major change. So make sure that whatever comes your way during this time, just know that it is part of your soul's development. So even if unforeseen circumstances show up that are difficult, if the circumstances are something that you know you cannot change, acceptance is key, because the sooner you can accept the things that you cannot change, the sooner you can make the decision of how you are going to adapt to the circumstances in a way that serves your higher self, which means the sooner you will eliminate suffering and embrace fulfillment. Now, the sun is going to be in your 7th house, which is the house of relationships. And this full moon will also take place during Taurus season, which is your polar opposite energy. So you may not be feeling like your usual self due to the fact that your polar opposite energy will be diminishing your Scorpio energy. But this full moon will not only bring a boost back to your Scorpio energy, but it will also be a reminder that in the midst of giving energy to the relationships in your life, it is also important to not lose your sense of self. And this full moon will bring circumstances to highlight certain things about yourself. So that way you can either decide, yes, I love that about myself, let me give that more energy. So that way those traits can be amplified. And if there's a part of yourself that you know results in conflict when expressed, then this is the perfect time during this full moon energy to see yourself in a new way and transform that energy into a belief system and then a behavior that you know represents your highest self. So whatever shows up during this full moon energy, Scorpio, whether it be a challenge in a relationship or a new professional opportunity or a realization about an experience from the past, just know that this is all part of the process of you stepping into a new understanding of who you are at this point in your life and what you are capable of. So that way you can make adjustments accordingly and optimize your manifesting power moving forward. So see this as a spiritual growth spurt, Scorpios, which is a very exciting time. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon. Okay, my powerful Sagittarians, this full moon energy for you is going to be in your 12th house. And I personally love a 12th house full moon because I feel like it really embodies the energy of the full moon, which is spiritual cleansing and clarity. Now, the 12th house is the house of the subconscious, which is where the biggest changes can be made, Sagittarius. So be ready to connect to your intuition on a deeper level and be ready to have some very intense and vivid dreams during this full moon energy, and also be ready for the universe to send you signs regarding whatever it is that you may be struggling with, or even if you are not struggling right now, which is fantastic if you're not, even if you are thriving, the universe is still likely to send you information to assist you when it comes to making sure that you are on the path that is in your soul's best interest. Now, if there is anything anything that has been kept from you, be ready for this to come out in the open. And if there's anything that you have been keeping from someone else, be ready for that to come out into the open as well. As a Sagittarius, you love transparency, so this will be something that you can absolutely deal with. I spend a lot of time on my channel talking about staying in the present moment and not living in the past or worrying about the future. But this full moon, because it's in your 12th house, is a time where it actually can be very useful to revisit the past in order to achieve a certain level of clarity or understanding about circumstances in your present, which will then assist you as you move forward, Sagittarius. So whatever comes up for you during this full moon energy, know that it is information that is meant to support and assist you. Know that these circumstances also are there to assist you in making any adjustments or changes necessary to help you get on the right path. Now, you might feel extra tired during this time, and that's okay. A 12th house full moon can be draining because it can be very emotionally heavy, and that feeling of low energy is also an indication for you to take a moment to yourself, to take a bit of a break from the day-to-day grind, to quiet your mind and allow some space for the universe to really bring you the necessary information it is attempting to share with you. So overall, Sagittarius, see this full moon in Scorpio as a spiritual retreat where you will come out on the other side of this energy, seeing the world differently and understanding your life situation in a deeper way. And because of this, you will gain a new momentum when it comes to achieving your goals and even a stronger capability to attract and manifest abundance in all areas of your life, which is very exciting. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Sagittarius. Okay, my powerful Capricorns, this full moon energy is going to be in your 11th house. So Capricorns, this is an excellent time for you. If there is a project or goal that you have been working on for a while, this 11th house full moon energy can indicate that you will make major headway regarding this goal during this time, or it may even fully manifest. So great news there. This is also a time where if you have not been sure exactly what it is that you want, or if you haven't been sure exactly what steps you should be taking in life right now, be ready to gain clarity that will open your eyes to the right path. Now, the 11th house full moon also indicates that you may either make a new friend or create a new dynamic with a friend that you already have in your life, where this new dynamic or new friendship will prove to play a very positive role in your life in the very near future, Capricorn. This also indicates that if there is a friend that you have been having conflict with lately or any unresolved issue with this friend, that this is the time that the two of you will address the issue, and it will either mean the ending of the friendship, that the friendship has run its course, or it could mean resolution or a deepening of the connection. But either way, the unresolved energy will no longer linger. Since this full moon is in Scorpio, this is also a time where if you have a goal that you have been pursuing, and this can be either professionally or personally, and you have been self-sabotaging in some way, this behavior pattern or thought pattern that is at the root of this self-sabotage will be amplified in order to give you the opportunity to put that habit to rest. Remember, Scorpio energy is about death and regeneration. So it is the absolute best time of year for you to identify a negative habit or a negative way of thinking and allow it to die. Put it to rest in order to give birth to a new way of thinking that creates habits in your life that lead to success and fulfillment, Capricorn. So overall, this is a time to get out more, be more social. The 11th house does activate the social aspect of your chart. So the more you can step out and connect with people, the more you will be in the right place at the right time to help the universe put the people and opportunities in your path that will assist you in utilizing the other strengths of the 11th house, which is bringing your dreams and wishes into reality. So definitely a very positive time for you, which is no surprise because Scorpio energy is great for Capricorns, as you might already know. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Capricorn. Okay, my powerful Aquarians, this full moon energy is going to be in your 10th house. So Aquarius, this is an energetic opening that will shift your professional world and the way that the public sees you. So if you're a content creator or if you've been working to increase your following, this full moon in Scorpio could be a time where you get an idea for rebranding, or you just have a great idea for a post that could result in a surge to your following. This full moon also indicates that if there's some confusion in terms of how you are being perceived by the public or even just your friends group, this is a perfect energy to clear up that confusion. The 10th house also relates to your professional career, or if you are too young to work and you're still in school, school, this could relate to your day-to-day activities at school. So however this applies in terms of whether it's school or work for you, you may find yourself being asked to step into the spotlight and given the opportunity to really shine. So be ready for that, Aquarius. Even if you're an introvert, do your best to embrace the opportunity and know that the experience could have a very positive result in your life. Also, if you do work, this could be a good time to ask for a raise with a positive outcome, or if you have been unemployed and you're looking for work, this full moon energy indicates that this could also be a time that you find exactly what you are looking for. On the flip side though, the full moon energy could also indicate that an ending of a job could take place. But overall, because this energy of this full moon is in Scorpio and in your 10th house, just know that whether this manifests in your life situation as an ending or as a new beginning, in either scenario, it is representing the start of a new chapter for you, where your work situation will improve in the long run. Of course, this is more easily understood and accepted if it manifests in the form of a raise or a new job, but also know that if this does manifest in a job ending, that it is the universe's way of assisting you in terms of getting you on the path that is right for you. And although having a job is more practical and at least brings in money, sometimes losing a job results in you being able to then find exactly the right path for you professionally. This also may not manifest in losing or gaining a job, but it may manifest in a situation that brings to light a way that you could improve this area of your life. So overall, Aquarius, no matter how this manifests, this full moon energy is going to result in a positive shift and momentum when it comes to your world of career and work and how you are seen by the people around you, which is very exciting. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Aquarius. Okay, my powerful Pisces, this full moon energy is going to be in your 9th house. So Pisces, this is one of those full moons that you can look forward to. You may be feeling emotional due to the fact that it is in Scorpio, and this may amplify your emotional disposition, but the emotions that you will be feeling more than likely will be positive. Full moons, much of the time, do bring endings or realizations, so you can count on whatever endings that come up or whatever realizations come your way or clarity that does come your way. It will be rooted in good news and will be just what you need to keep the positive momentum of Taurus season going for you. You may feel a surge of desire, meaning if you have been feeling like you just want more out of life, this feeling will intensify, but with this feeling will come the creative inspiration of just how you can go about manifesting more abundance in your life. And this can be regarding financial wealth. This can also be regarding romantic love, if that's something that you've been wanting to manifest more of. And this could also just mean a more fulfilling professional life. Your job is just to make sure that when the feeling of lack does creep up and magnify, that you use it as motivation to get excited in terms of how you are going to eradicate that feeling. Sagittarius is the ruler of the 9th house, and Sagittarius is the sign of optimism. So as this Scorpio moon transits your 9th house, your key to success is acceptance of what comes your way and then responding to whatever comes your way by being optimistic and knowing that whatever it is helping to put you on the right path. This is a very spiritual full moon for you. So if you watched the 3 things everyone needs to know portion of this video and you heard the part about me saying that one of the experiences this full moon can bring is the opportunity to receive useful information from a mentor or a spiritual teacher, this is especially true for you, Pisces. So if you have the opportunity to meet with your spiritual mentor or teacher or pastor, or to get a reading or have a therapy session, or even just pray or meditate, whatever it is that you know you do to connect to that sort of information, this will be a full moon that will bring a wealth of guidance for you, Pisces. So just make sure that you allow yourself to be in the circumstances for that information to be received and to be given to you. Overall, Pisces, this is going to be a time of questions and answers where you emerge on the other side of this full moon energy confident in the vision that you have for yourself. Then the next step will be putting your priorities in order in a way where they support that vision, and then stepping into this next chapter and the remainder of Taurus season with the excitement of what this new wave of clarity will bring, and making sure that you do not allow circumstances or people around you to lead you to slipping into the distraction of negative thinking or frustration or pessimism. If that energy comes around, you redirect your energy right back to where your priorities lie, which are in the decisions and actions that are in your soul's best interest. Because when you have the right perspective, Pisces, and the right mindset, you are unstoppable. And this full moon in Scorpio is the time to make sure you are shifting to that mindset so that way you can keep this momentum going. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Pisces. Okay, so there you have it. The top 3 things you need to know about this full moon in Scorpio, along with some insight into how your sign can make the most of this full moon energy. I hope you all enjoyed the information. If you did, please don't forget the baby tap. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. If you haven't joined the channel, maybe consider doing that as well. Thanks so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.